By the way, I saw your dancing videos. That's a very unique mechanism, a very unique superpower that you have. So I was interviewing a few different musicians, Freddie Ravel, which who he literally has a keyboard underneath his desk. So whenever he feels inspired doing a podcast interview, he just play the chords and
That's
illustrate
cool.
his point of view. And I was like, that is masterful. I love that. That's so unique. No one can be Freddie Ravel the way he does it, right?
Yes.
So if dancing is a unique superpower that you have, I highly recommend you bringing that aspect of who you are and then the movement part, right? Being the body and as a way to cultivate that inner higher self. Just a suggestion. Not
Totally.
anything, do what you may with it. Share with us a little. For me, when I saw the way you dance, I was like, oh, that's awesome. I love that. I want to see more of that. Can you share with me a little bit about how you got into that in the first place?
So the styles of dance I learned and taught are popping, locking. A lot of people know them as the way people often think of them is if you've ever seen a bunch of break dancers, I'm the guy that never touches the floor. I'm always standing up and waving or strobe lighting or dancing like a robot. And so I got into these styles because I loved breaking when I was young, but I was a nerd, or at least I related to myself as a nerd. So I was the kid playing Magic the Gathering in the library. Yeah. And the cool kids were breakdancing in the gym. And I so wanted to go and learn what they were doing, but they were cool and made fun of me. And so I just didn't. I didn't even try. And so what happened was I secretly did it as best I could. I eventually went to a rave when I was about 19 and I saw people doing something similar. And because of the way raves were and the high use of ecstasy or Molly or whatever it's called these days, I had this real experience like, wow, you can do whatever you want and it's accepted and amazing. And that got me down this path of wanting to learn how to dance. And so I went to our local hip hop store and I said, hey, do you have a video on this wet noodle style of dance? I don't know what it is. And they're like, oh, you got to check out this guy called Wiggles. So I bought this tape, this VHS tape, and I plugged it into my VCR and I just watched it with my friend, my best friend, on loop. And we just studied what he did. What is fascinating about this to me is I learned this dance by watching someone on video and I really was committed to practicing in front of a mirror. So my technique was spot on, but
Mm,
I was all technique and no soul. And
mm,
eventually the founders for these styles of dance came to where I live and I got this chance to for about 1 week and then another week a year later to train with the founders. And it was really interesting because I thought they were going to teach me the right technique that was going to open my dance wide up. And instead, they had me doing stuff like the funky chicken and these dances called like the Bart Simpson, which is super simple. And I was mad. I was looking through my notes not too long ago, and it's like, oh, these dances suck. This is stupid. When am I going to do this? And on the other side of that, what happened was they brought soul. They brought the soul of dancing underneath my technique. So I learned this like really soul. I was like a painter who paints beautifully intricate work and there's no heart to it. There's no soul. And that's such a perfect metaphor for how I was showing up as a human being. I would say all the right words to connect with someone without any connection underneath it. I would tell the perfect jokes without any real mirth present in me. And the journey of me becoming an actual dancer who really dances rather than just some technician who can do a lot of stuff really well has been a mirror for my journey as a human being.